in the continuing effort of TFA to bring you face to face with legislators from across the state. Here is the latest interview regarding the special session and the push by the governor for a red flag law. Today we have with us Senator Janice Bowling. Can you tell me what district you represent and what your committee assignments are?
I can. I represent Senate District 16. It's a rural district with DeKalb County, Warren County, Grundy, Coffee, Franklin, and Lincoln counties. And my committee assignments are transportation, and I am also on GovOps, and I am on one of the subcommittees where I'm vice chairman in GovOps, and I'm also in the Ag Committee, which is, I was just talking with someone from agriculture, but yes, the Ag and Energy Committee, which my district being rural, that's very important for my people.
What are your thoughts regarding the need for the special session that Governor Lee has demanded?
Mr. Archie, I really think that he might be well-intentioned, but I think this is a terrible decision. I do not think that there should be a special session, and I have co-signed a letter with a few House representatives to that end, because this is something that really the far left, those that are anti-Second Amendment, are clamoring for. They are meeting and learning how to demonstrate here. They're not concerned about the tragedy that happened in Tennessee with Covenant School. They're concerned about pushing their left-wing agenda, a Marxist agenda, that would remove the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding Tennesseans. So I think it's a fool's errand to even talk about having that session. Yesterday on the radio, I heard that there is a website that is a far left website that's encouraging, telling people you can get the names and addresses of legislators. It wouldn't hurt our feelings if you burned down their homes.
Oh my goodness.
It is very aggressive. And those people are. And they said people need to know that no noble cause happens without blood in the streets. So those legislators need to know we're ready to put blood in the streets. That's criminal. Those are threats. And there's not even very well veiled threats. So I think that to say that we're going to have a meaningful special session, which has not been called yet. And there's a difference with distinction to talk about you're going to call a session. But if you call a session, it has to be date certain, time certain, and Tennessee code certain. It has to have those parameters of what can and cannot be discussed at that particular special session. So while there's talk of calling it, the actual call, to my knowledge, has not gone out.
At this time, what are your thoughts regarding the red flag law or extreme risk protection order that Governor Lee is seeking, which allows the government to seize guns from individuals who presently can legally own and possess them?
I think that for most of us, and I do say most of us, the great majority of us, before we ever ran for public office, we recognized what the responsibilities of that office would be. And the oath of office for a Tennessee senator and representative is to uphold the God-given, constitutionally protected rights in the U.S. Constitution and in the Tennessee Constitution regarding the rights of the people. And I tell some of my more liberal friends that our founding fathers knew what it was to be subjects. And that's why when they wrote our Constitution, those first articles, when they said those amendments say that we have the freedom of speech and freedom of worship and freedom to assemble peacefully to redress the government and the freedom of press, when you look at those freedoms, the very next one was the right to bear arms, because the difference between a subject and a citizen is the right to protect your own life and your own private property. And those things were inherent in our founding fathers' drawing up of the Constitution that we take an oath of office to uphold. So I will oppose strongly any red flag bill, and I will oppose strongly any order of protection that does not have due process in it, and they don't. So, it's one thing for them to determine who is mentally ill today. Let's just say that, because they're talking a lot about mental illness. Well, mental illness oftentimes is in the eye of the beholder. And I've heard people saying, just as they were saying on that far left blog, Christians are dangerous. Christians don't listen to the way things should be. All of these things play in to a Marxist, tearing down monuments, tearing down street names, replacing what is part of our heritage and our history, and then taking away those constitutional rights. No, I don't believe in the red flag, and I don't believe in the other processes that are not due process truly before a jury of your peers.
What alternatives to a red flag or ERPO law do you think should be considered by the legislature?
Quite honestly, until we're able to see the manifesto to see if there's anything in there that might have some sort of tweak that would help the people of Tennessee, I think that it's foolish to say that any law would have stopped an evil person intent on doing an evil act. She violated 10 laws probably before she ever even got to the school. She bought guns with the intent to do harm. She transported weapons with the intent to do harm. She violated many laws. Laws do not restrain a person with an evil intent. They will work around a law. That's why we have jails. That's why we have sheriffs. That's why we have the TBI. And law-abiding people, everything that's been recommended so far would be an infringement on the Second Amendment. So what law could we change? What law could we do? I'm not convinced there's anything that we could do. We had several good laws. We had a real constitutional carry law to be considered this session. I tried to bring forward a constitutional carry law several years ago and couldn't even get a second to my motion. So we need to have the removing the offense, not providing a defense, which is what is in Tennessee at this point.
Well, Senator, we really appreciate your time. I thank you for coming on with us. We feel it's important to let everybody in the state have an opportunity to hear the different legislators and what their thoughts are with respect to this special session. So again, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we can chat again later.
Thank you so much, Mr. Archie. I appreciate it.
If you learned something today that was beneficial, hit the like and subscribe button. It helps get our message out and sell the brand. Check back for more content as often as you can. You can find our website at www.tennesseefirearms.com. If you are new there, click the subscribe button on that page as well to receive free email updates about issues that affect your Second Amendment rights in Tennessee.